Hello and welcome to another update by Force 13 on Subtropical Storm Alberto. Now inland over Florida near the Alabama border. It's currently at 30.3 degrees north and 85.9 degrees west with maximum winds of 40 miles an hour, a minimum pressure of 995 millibars, and moving north at 10 miles an hour. Despite being inland, there's still some more warnings in effect. There's currently a tropical storm warning from the Aquila River to the Alabama-Florida border, and there's also a storm surge watch from Aquila River to Mexico Beach in Florida as well. Here's the current track for Alberto. It is expected to continue to weaken, going from a subtropical storm to a subtropical depression by later tonight into early tomorrow, and is expected to go extratropical by Wednesday morning over Kentucky. However, it is still expected to be recognizable until Thursday afternoon, which at this point it's going to be over Canada. Pretty surprising. For now, though, it's moving north-northwest, and it's going to eventually start shifting north over the next day and a half, and then north-northeast towards Canada. Here's some of the key notes from the National Hurricane Center with the storm. Heavy rainfall is still expected over the next couple days in the region, as convection actually fired up over the storm as it started to move inland. It was pretty bare before landfall, but looked like some thunderstorms actually fired up close to the core after landfall. So lots of rain is still possible, over 6 inches in some parts of Alabama. That's where most of the threat of rainfall will be from this point on. But heavy rain from exterior parts of the storm will extend all the way out towards the Carolinas, even Virginia. Tropical storm conditions are still likely for the next couple hours, but the storm should weaken back into a tropical depression before probably tomorrow afternoon. That's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at that time. And currents are still definitely possible over the next day as the storm moves inland. Since it is subtropical, it does have a larger wind radius, so you should expect some more widespread gusty winds and rip currents to last around the area. Here we see a shot of Subtropical Storm Alberto from the visible imagery on GOES 16 as nightfall comes through. You can see what I mean when I say convection's definitely fired up over the core of the storm as it's moved inland. The core was pretty bare beforehand. That's why it was actually weakening before it made landfall in Florida. Because of its overall weak structure and a lot of the rain actually being detached to the northeast. Fortunately for main Panhandle and Peninsula Florida, this wasn't as major of a rainfall event as some expected it could be. CDPS score maxed out at 2, so minor damage, nothing too major, except for some localized regions. There could have been some more wind damage and coastal flooding and flash flooding. But storm, fortunately, kind of turned out not to be as strong as it could have been, and that was very fortunate, as you can see. It did improve as it started to make landfall, but it stayed pretty weak through its lifespan. That's going to be it for this update by Force 13 on Subtropical Storm Alberto as it's moved inland over Florida and Alabama. Just wanted to let everyone know we're going to be doing constant updates over storms in the Atlantic, Eastern Pacific, and Western Pacific for the whole season. So make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for all the content if you want to keep up on these things. Our goal is to provide information to the public to make sure people are as informed as possible with these situations, especially if they're in harm's way. So make sure you're subscribed to see more of the content. That's going to wrap up this video. We'll see you with the next update on the next storm. Take care.